I've got 9 o'clock. If you join us for the pledge of allegiance, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, first of all, I need a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Approve the minutes of May 12th, 2025.
Make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Approve employee claims filed with County Auditor for $1,169.17.
So moved.
Second.
Favor?
Aye.
Approve claims filed with County Auditor for $275,491.09.
Make the motion.
Second.
Favor?
Aye.
Aye. Approve the appointment of Shane Paris, Madison Township Trustee.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Appreciate him stepping up. Items for discussion. Discuss the chiller repairs, north end of the courthouse.
Oh, the gift that just keeps on giving.
Yes.
Screen there somewhere.
Brecky gave us a, quote. They have to order the evaporator because it's a specialty unit and it's nothing that anyone stocks, so it has to be made. So they have to remove and dispose of the existing heat exchanger, add the new heat exchanger. Whatever the new TXB is.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering about that too.
I have no idea what that is. I'm sure it's something crucial. New filter canister, the new R410 refrigerant. Installation of the new components and labor to repair the chiller, start it up and verify proper operation. For the grand total of $10,796. And I guess we just want to formally get approval from the board to proceed with the repairs so the courtroom doesn't get too warm up there.
Yeah, I make a motion to proceed with the repairs.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you.
We could be replacing one a year. We did the south end last year as well.
Glad we're getting it done before it's really. Okay, I'm gonna skip over the budget amendment, need to set some public hearings. Budget hearing.
I going through financials the other day. When we did our budgets on, in my department with the House File 718, the printing and the postage mailing, so that didn't get budgeted originally, so we did do a re-estimate. However, it's going to be really, really tight with my budget and I do not want to go over. So that's part of this amendment. We have been getting just hammered with medical examiner fees. So with the mileage and subsistence for the transport of that and the actual fees, I needed to do an amendment with that. And then Sheriff Krasinski and I sat down the other day and with that Gentech, I think it's Gentech, the upgrade for their laptops and stuff that was approved quite a few months back, that upfitting, he's gonna be really tight also. So that's the, so there was $20,000 for rural services. Basically, the expenditure amendment is $59,600. But then also on the revenue side, for my office, passport fees have skyrocketed. So I'm doing an amendment for that. I had the special election payment. And then the rest of it is back into rural services, which is all on the sheriff's side. And those are strictly donations and, some grants. And then some, and insurance reimbursements for accidents. So the revenue side is $70,666 and the expenditure side is $59,600. So I guess it's a good thing that with the budget amendment, we're putting in more revenues and worrying about expenses. So I would like to set that hearing for June 9th at 9:15 if we could.
At 9:15.
Yes.
Make a motion to set the budget hearing, amendment at June 9th at 9:15.
Second.
Thank
All
you.
in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you. Set public hearings for the zoning requests.
Oh, that's me again.
Several, yeah.
Yeah, we had 4 of them. Amber sent 4. So we have one for a Dean Fry. We have a Jonathan Helmuth, Nicole Miller, TJ Murphy, and Anthony and Andrea Youngblood. And I would like to have those set for June 2nd. 9:15, 9:20, 9:25, and 9:30.
First one was at 9:15, you said?
Yes.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you. And then, Brian, we'll go ahead and discuss the chip seal then at Monti.
Okay, well, Al's here, Wolf Pool's here to help discuss it too. Basically, the county has participated in the chip, split the costs, is my understanding, on the chip seal in Monty, and that was been going on since before I got here.
Yeah, so we've been, the church is closed, we've been a community center for 20 years, and we've done it twice now. And then I was part of the church board the time before that too, so the last 3 times we've done in the last 30 years. It's been a 50-50 split.
That's in front of the community center then.
Yeah, it goes to the, past the church a little ways to the lower drive of the Bean Cemetery.
The other option, the only other option you have is just let it deteriorate and you turn it back into rock, but that's not a popular thing to do by anybody.
With the cemetery there. Yes.
Well, we've got other cemeteries without paved roads.
I was just gonna say that.
What's that?
I said, I was just gonna say that, Brian.
Yeah. But
That's center, it's a lot of use, a lot of traffic.
Right.
Yeah, it really does.
So, Brian did share the quote there.
Farmer's getting me one today yet. Another one, so it's possible we could get it at a lower price, but otherwise there's a fixed price there. We talked to them last week, they're hemming and hawing initially because it costs to mobilize. They're also the guys that's doing the work out of Stanley. For Fayette County.
Opposite ends of the county.
It's still inside the county, so.
Yeah.
Right, are both products the same? Are equally as good, both contractors?
It should be, yeah, we work with both.
Seems like in the past, they've usually lined it up when Klosky was doing some chip seal, but I don't know if they have anything in the schedule this year.
Yeah, and you know, my basic answer is sometime this summer. So if they want to get us prices and think they've got other work, and that's,
So can we just accept this with the other bid coming in, just for the lowest? Can we accept this with the other bid coming in for the lowest price?
it's the lowest price, yep.
I just make a motion and direct Brian to go with the lowest bid regarding them.
Yeah, the prices are split with the community center, but we would pay it up front, then you'd reimburse us back.
Okay, yep.
Okay.
They've always paid half.
Yeah, what he just said.
Say what you did.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. I'm glad you could help out.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you. Did you guys have any reason for me to stick around?
I know.
Public comments?
No, unless,
All right, appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Al. I'll open it up for public comment.
oh,
I wouldn't get very far.
Thanks, Brian.
How are you?
Just always. Thanks.
Russell, did you have something for us this week?
I wanted to discuss
as you know, at the last meeting, we discussed the fact that, I've got an acre that that's been rezoned, and I wanna sell it or put it in my wife's name for, just so she has something. And, the county, or Amber's office, thinks that we need an abstract and a title opinion and everything, and that would end up costing me $2,000 when my property, when I originally bought it, was warranty deed, and I've sold other properties for what warranty deeds, and if you want to know what the description of a warranty deed, I can pull it up on my phone right now. That is, it's a considered a legal transfer of property from one party to the next.
I kind of know what a warranty deed is. I'm sure you do. Down there, especially about warranty deeds.
Really don't see how the board of supervisors can interject in this. This is a legal requirement, and I think you need to go through planning and zoning and hear what they recommend. And possibly the county attorney, I don't know.
No, I'm not the county attorney. County attorney only represents us. An outside attorney.
I could see another avenue that you might talk to another attorney about what you need to transfer that to your wife's name, but that's up to you.
Right, well, I've already given you guys $555, and one of them was to separate the property, which I already had separated for 1 acre off of it. And back in the 90s, and now you're trying to charge me again $255.
Yep, every time you separate that property, there'll be another
I
$200.
never separated it, so all I did
You
is
should have followed
move
through at the time.
my property from one side of the lot to the other, because I did not know that they were gonna be putting a big transformer right next to my property. And if that transformer ever fell down, I think it would end up with some of it on my property. And I just seem to stay a little ways away from that, so I wouldn't have to worry about that.
Amber and Cody sent us a bunch of information on that. And
Right.
I'm sorry, we still have to follow through that process. So once we get through that process, then I'm sure they'll reach out at that point.
The issue you run into is there are fees associated with it because it requires work on their behalf. And they need to be compensated.
Right.
And it through the process, and we can look at it at that point, but I don't see how we can really interject on it until
Not until that point.
Right.
So when
the
is,
zoning commission.
when does up to that, like that happen?
What's that?
When does a meeting like that happen?
You'd have to they have to line that up with Amber, with our planning and zoning.
And Cody could answer that question probably for you too, as far as that process goes.
But it would have to go through the planning and zoning board and get their approval.
Ridiculous, just when I already had it.
Well,
I'm just about to the point of just saying, screw it, and start over and give me back that money.
yeah, unfortunately, the work's done, it's gotta be paid. Every time you make a change, it costs. Anything else for public comment? Minutes here before our public hearing.
Yes. I'm gonna intervene a little bit on this. Because I was downstairs and I don't know what he received, who he received it from. But he gave it to his attorney. His attorney told him that he needed an abstract. If he was gonna transfer, he needs an abstract. That has nothing to do with you guys or even with the number downstairs. That's with his attorney.
Yep, you have to do that every time you transfer property.
Yes.
It's the state of Iowa.
Yeah, so I'm I was in on half of it. I had gone downstairs with him because Amber wasn't there last week on Monday. And I just said, let Amber handle it. So whatever he had an appointment to go in and see her on Tuesday morning. So whatever you guys got from her or from Cody.
He's owned the property for 30 years, so I was title
He transferred that, so yes. And we have a sheet.
The process.
that says what it was. So he paid for that to flip flop, which we did. But that's really all the planning and zoning does. He wants to put it in his wife's name, then that becomes a whole other issue.
Right.
That's.
You have 9:15, so we need to, open a public hearing.
I make a motion to open the public hearing.
Second.
Favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. We're now in public hearing on the 2025 budget amendment.
Okay. So it's the same information that I presented a few weeks ago to you guys, with the expenditures in, general services, general rural services, opioid fund and conservation reserve. An amendment of expenditures of $477,159. And then on the revenue side, due to more grant funding, more opioid money and donations, we're looking at amendment of $628,725.
Revenue expense, which is.
That is correct.
Not a bad problem.
Any questions or comments on public hearing? Entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
I will make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And now I just need a motion to approve the budget amendment.
Make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Becky, thank you.
Did you want to continue? Sorry, we're on that
Kind of
time.
cut you out.
No, I mean, I was just thinking in my mind that it had to be done by his attorney.
Right.
And he also told me that his attorney said he needed an abstract, which made sense. So I'm not sure if he did get to talk to Amber, I'm assuming he did.
Yeah, she sent us a synopsis of their conversations over the years.
So,
It's unfortunate, but when you make changes,
Yeah, well, there's
but
nothing.
it doesn't do anything. It's not gonna cost him until he transfers that and puts it in somebody else's name other than his. So if he wants to put it in his wife's name, am I right? Then he has to have something to show that, an abstract.
Right.
If he does do nothing, he can just leave it sit there and it's owned.
Well, and
When he sells it, then he can,
yeah, and bringing the abstract up to date would also make sure that there's no liens against the property. So I mean, obviously, if you're transferring to somebody else's name, you want to make sure there's no liens. It's
exactly.
free.
His mind's stuck on that he would double pay for what he wants. He doesn't understand. I don't know who's gonna be able to get him to understand that, but
$2,000 is having the abstract probably brought up to date and all the stuff that goes with that. So it's gonna cost him, but not through the county. Through his attorney and,
Right. Yeah, there's nothing we can do about it.
no,
anything else for public hearing or for public comments? That I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make the motion.
Something.
Oh.
What was I thinking? Oh, I was gonna talk about the, those 911, the possible change in the 911.
Yeah,
That will short us.
could you give me some more information about that?
Okay, what that shorts us, so what the state could, Department of Homeland Security could potentially come in and take some of our reserves, but those reserves are set aside to pay for radio contracts.
Hmm.
So if that happens, then we're gonna be,
Thank you.
We're gonna have a severe shortfall.
yeah, we will, because that's how we pay for the radio contracts.
Chris shared that information with me also on Friday. And as of now, the Iowa Sheriffs and Deputies Association has sent a letter to the governor. I reached out to our Auditors Association president and exec board, sent them a sample of the letter. Adam just emailed me back this morning. He has been in contact with ISAC. And so with the Auditors Association and ISAC, they are going forward with the push to get this veto, this section of that bill vetoed.
Right.
This radio situation is frightening how much they are and the maintenance contracts and everything else. It's a real racket and
You don't stay up to date either.
yeah, I mean, they have to be updated every year. Very expensive.
That's what I had.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, now. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you.
You guys had a short meeting this morning.
Yeah,
I know.